Hey, Skull Nation. What's up, my fellow Vikings diehards? You know that electric buzz you get when the purple pride is on the line, and suddenly, out of nowhere, a rookie gunslinger steps up like he's been slinging it in US Bank Stadium his whole life? Buckle up, because today's Vikings news drop from the trenches is straight fire. Imagine an undrafted kid from the Gophers, who's been lurking in the shadows, now one snap away from torching the Seahawks. And hold on to your horn. Our legendary big-ticket Kevin Williams just punched his ticket closer to Canton Gold. We're diving deep into these game-changers that could flip our brutal 2025 script. Who's ready to scream skull till our throats give out? Let's charge in. Picture this. It's the dog days of OTAs last summer, sweat dripping under those purple helmets, and head coach Kevin O'Connell drops a bombshell quote that's been echoing in my Vikings-obsessed brain ever since. I think Max is as smart as any young player I've been around. Yeah, you heard that right. KO himself, the wizard behind our explosive offense, singing praises for Max Brosmer, this 24-year-old UDFA quarterback who didn't just show up. He dazzled. Brosmer wasn't your cookie-cutter camp arm. He was dissecting plays like a vet, gripping our scheme so tight it felt like he'd been calling audibles in the Twin Cities for years. Fast forward through a season that's tested our purple hearts like never before, and here we are, on the brink of history, with J.J. McCarthy nursing a concussion from that gut-wrenching Packers loss. 87 yards, 2 picks, oof. Brosmer's not just backup anymore. He's QB1 in waiting for Sunday's showdown in Seattle. Skull or bust? Tell me in the comments. You feeling the hype or sweating the what-ifs? But let's rewind the tape on this kid, because if you're like me, glued to every Vikings news update, you need the full backstory to fuel that fanfire. Brosmer strolled into Minnesota as QB3, cool as the Mississippi in January. But fate? Oh, it loves a plot twist. Week 2, McCarthy's high ankle sprain sidelines him, bumping Brosmer up to ride shotgun for Carson Wentz. Then boom, Wentz hits IR after that Thursday night disaster in LA, and even with JJ limping back for Week 9, Max holds the number 2 spot like a grizzly on a salmon run. He's been living that snap-away world. Reps flying at him in practice, eyes wide but feet planted. Now, with McCarthy in protocol and the docs calling the shots, Brosmer's prepping with the ones this week. 1 year and a day since he capped his Gophers senior year with a smackdown on those Badger rivals. 7 wins, clean sheet. Could he be the spark we crave? Recent Vikings news confirms he's getting those first-team snaps today, per Ben Goesling. Nation, does this feel like destiny, or are we bracing for rookie jitters? Hit me with your take. Who is this unheralded rookie? Anyway, let's paint the picture, because in Vikings news circles, Max Brosmer's rise is the stuff of purple legends. Hailing from FCS New Hampshire as a grad transfer, he exploded onto the FBS scene at the U of M in 2024, 13 games, shattering program records with 268 completions on a 66.5% clip, 18 TDs, just 6 picks, and a scorching 137.2 passer rating. O'Connell first clocked him 2 years back at the Gophers Pro Day pre-snap for Minnesota, and that on-the-fly processing? It hooked him like a deep post to JJ. Local kid, easy tabs. KO watched him shred defenses in that final college stretch, arm talent popping like fireworks over the dome. Undrafted? The team slept, but not us. Eric Galko from the East-West Shrine Bowl's been pounding the table since August. I'll stand by it. Max is going to start games early. He's not missing throws he shouldn't, trusts the offense like it's his own. And get this, in limited relief this year, 5'4", 42 yards, 20-yard long, poise in the pocket that screams starter. What do you think, Skull fam? Underrated gem or hype train derailing? Now, zoom into those preseason fireworks, because Vikings news wouldn't be complete without the stats that make you jump out of your couch. Brosmer lit up exhibitions like the Metrodome in 09, 35 of 58, 60.3%, 364 yards, 2 scores, 1 pick, PFF clocked 5 big-time throws and just 2 turnover worries. But the real separator? That lightning release, average time to throw at 2.58 seconds, tied for 7th among QBs with 50-plus dropbacks. Compare that to McCarthy's regular season 3.09, And you see why Brosmer's a breath of fresh air in our stall drives. Defenses don't game plan preseason. Sure, but his calm under chaos? It's the antidote to our 2025 QB woes. McCarthy's 54.1% completion, league worst, 10 picks in 6 starts. O'Connell could have traded for a vet like Kirk Cousins at the deadline. Word is, Kirk told his circle he'd back up JJ no problem. But nah, they doubled down on youth. Faith in Brosmer's stress management. One snap from glory. Imagine him airing it out to Jefferson against Seattle's secondary, electric, right? Fans, would you start Max over JJ long-term? Drop your hot takes below. Teaser time. If Brosmer grabs the reins Sunday, it's not just a start, it's a statement. But hold that thought because our purple blood boils for more than just the now. Shifting gears to a legacy that's been simmering for a decade, Vikings news just hit us with immortality vibes. Big-ticket Kevin Williams. Yeah, the beast who channeled KG's fire into gridiron gold is one step from Canton. 11 seasons anchoring our D-line from 03 to 13, 5 first-team All-Pros, for straight from 06 to 09. In 171 starts, 465 tackles, 104 for loss, 60 sacks, 7 forced fumbles, pure dominance. Recovered 13, 2 for TDs and those 5 picks. 2 returned for 6. Pro Bowls? 6. All-decade 2000s? Locked. Played a twilight year each in Seattle and NOLA, but purple forever. As of Tuesday, he's a semi-finalist for the 2026 class. First time advancing, 10 years post-retirement at 45. Among 26 modern-era hopefuls, one of 8 D players, alongside vets like Rodney Harrison and Luke Kuechly. Skull echoes. Through time, what's your favorite KW memory? Diving deeper into Big Ticket's Hall-worthy resume, because every Vikings fan knows he was the heart of our rush defense machine. For return TDs, tied with Hofer Bob Lilly for most ever by a DT. 5 INTs, nipping at the heels of legends like Charlie Johnson and Haloti Ngata for the all-time DT mark. But his 63 sacks leads M by 8.5, a monster stat line for a 300-pounder. He's one of just 5 players ever with 5 first-team All-Pro nods and all-decade honors, yet still knocking on Canton's door. The others? Kuechly, Del Schaffner, Grover Emerson, Laverne Dilweg. Anchored by Williams, our 06 to 08 squads topped rushing defense 3 straight years. Only the 67 to 69 Cowboys, led by Lilly, match that feat recent Vikings news confirms the semi-finalist nod. With first-timers like Drew Brees and Larry Fitzgerald, Minneapolis kid, Vikings ball boy, joining the fray. Lomas Brown, another debutante, but KW's purple legacy screams gold jacket. Nation, is this the year? Or has the Hall slept too long? But let's not gloss over the competition. 8 D peeps vying, including Harrison on his 5th go, Earl Thomas twice, Darren Woodson 10th times the charm, Kuechly auto-in for top 7 last year, Suggs and Mathis on 2, Wilfork 5. KW's the fresh face not in year 1 eligibility, alongside Brown. New eligibles post-2020. Brees, Rivers, Fitzgerald, Gore, Witten stacked field. Yet Williams' case? Ironclad. That 03 9th overall pick from Oklahoma State terrorized QBs. Forced fumbles like clockwork, turned picks into scores. Twilight gigs in Seattle and Saints? Just icing. Vikings news highlights his delayed push. Retired 2015, 6th eligibility year, first semifinal crack. It's huge, but man, unreasonably late for an icon who defined our grit. Imagine the bust next to Jared Allen's 22nd Viking in the Hall. Who's with me yelling for justice? Comment your plea. Storytelling pause. Remember those 09 Vikings, Randy Moss mooning Lambeau, but it was Williams stuffing runs that kept us in Super Bowl hunts? His era bridged the old guard to now, a reminder we're building on giants. Back to the present, Brosmer's poise echoes that same unshakable vibe. Recent updates from Vikings.com and The Athletic? KO's got Max repping with the starters, Wolford elevating from practice squad as backup if it pops off. McCarthy's questionable, but conservative approach says protect the kid Brosmer's in. His UNH roots, 5 years leading FCS in yards 23, redshirt and COVID year to Gophers' explosion. Arm strength? He definitely has an arm, scouts whisper. Preseason TD lasers like that 36-yarder to Dante Fleming versus Titans. Picture that in prime time. Against Seattle's Darnold? Dream matchup. But hey, our season's a disaster per yard barker. Playoff hopes dim, but a Brosmer spark? Hope flickers. What if he drops 200 clean yards? Game changer or fluke? Layering in the intrigue. Wide teams pass on drafting him. That one FBS year gave pause, but stats don't lie. 11th highest PFF grade, 84.2, in his class. Greedy reads occasionally, sacks from skipped shallow throws, accuracy dips under duress. But layered downfield bombs? Elite. O'Connell's intrigue started pre-transfer. Pro day volunteer throws turning heads. Local scouting sealed it, post-draft UDFA signing. Now this. Cousins as backup? Tempting, but Rolling Young admits faith in McCarthy's upside and Brosmer's snap readiness. In a one-snap-away world, his 2.58 TTT could flip stalled drives. McCarthy's batted pass nightmare, league-high exposed mechanics. Bright spot, rookie guard Donovan Jackson's foundational. But QB? Brosmer's the tide-turner. Vikings news from Daily Norseman breaks it down. Impressed KO again at 2025 Gophers Pro Day. Skull fans, if he starts, who ya targeting first, Jefferson or Addison? Suspense builder. Sunday in Seattle, Lumen Field roaring. But our purple wave crashing back? Brosmer's dream scenario. McCarthy's bottom-tier efficiency. 17.9 QBR last game. Opens the door. Just complete passes, chain first downs, beat Darnold, key to the city. His NIL-funded Gophers bonding trip? Leadership peak. Biomedical degree, kinesiology master start. Chess whiz, guitar strummer, well-rounded warrior. Post-minicamp chats? Confident, hungry. Against Chargers October 23rd. Relief yards added poise proof. Now, with Wentz's shoulder surgery sidelining him rest of year. Rooms all youth. No vets all bet on now. Recent ESPN spin. If McCarthy misses, Brosmer's it. 4 appearances, calm completions. Imagine the huddle call, eyes locked, purple hearts pounding. Will he run the offense high level per Galco? Or wilt? Your prediction, fam, win, cover or heartbreak. Tying threads. Brosmer's rapid release contrasts McCarthy's holdups. Merritt's watch. Preseason no scheme, but pocket calmness translates. 5 big-time passes, quick outs, trust the design. O'Connell's summer praise? Verbalized confidence after OTA's wow. Now, 1 year post-Gophers beatdown on Badgers. NFL start possible. Exact timing? November 30th, Week 13. Anniversary vibes. Vikings territory calls it inevitable 2025 QB carousel spun here. Disaster season, but rookie debut? Silver lining. Heavy.com. First team reps open week. Wolford up. Completion 54.1% league worst for JJ. Brosmer's 66.5 college clip temps. Against Pats preseason. Handoffs crisp. TDs fired. Titans scramble. Athleticism bonus. Sons of Colin and Jaina. Brother Fish family fuel. Mom's cancer battle 24? Resilience roots. What inspires you most about Max? Share below. Hall flashback. Williams Twilight. Seattle 14. Saints 15. Still Pro Bowl caliber. But purple peak defined him. 2003 draft. 9th pick. OSU stud to Vikings anchor. Tackles piled. Sacks swarmed. 60 career. DT envy. Fumbles forced. Disruptor DNA. INT returns for TD. Ball hawk in a big man's frame. All-decade nod. 2000s terror. Vikings news from Star Tribune. First-time semifinalist. 6th eligibility. Delayed, but advancing with Fitzgerald, Minneapolis pride. Other first years. Breeze, Rivers, Gore, Witten stars align. But KW's unique. 4 return TDs. DT record tie. 5 INTs, sack lead. 5 All-Pros, elite company sans bust. Anchored number 1 rush D3 years, 06 to 08 beast mode. Cowboys parallel? Lily led, HOF echo. Deserves it now. Who's your underrated? Vikings HOF snub? Jim Marshall? Weigh in. Competitive heat. Semi-finalists trimmed from 128 to 52 to 26. KW's breakthrough. Defenders. Harrison, DB, 5th. Thomas, DB, 2nd. Woodson, DB, 10th. Keekly, LB, Auto, Suggs, LB, 2nd. Mathis, DL, 5th. Wilfork, DL, 5th. KW first crack. Offense heavy. Manning, Taylor, Smith Sr., Ward, Wayne, Evans, Webb, Wisniewski, Yanda, Brown. Benetary kicker. EY audits ballots, fair fight. Announcement February at NFL Honors. Enshrinement August Canton. Vikings 27 honorees total, 22 players. Alan Fresh. KW makes 28th. Poetic. Atas Sports. Obvious why, travesty delayed. Jared vouches. Bleacher. Bright spots amid McCarthy mess. But legacy? Timeless. Imagine gold jacket ceremony. Big ticket speech. Tears. Skull chants. Pumped or patient. Legacy link. Williams' grit mirrors Brosmer's poise. Unheralded. Undeniable. Both local ties KWOSU to MN. Max UNH/Gophers. Purple Faith pays. Recent news? No major updates, but semi-finalist solidifies case. One of 5 All-Pro/All-Decade outsiders join him in Hall. Rushing D dominance. 3-year number 1. Franchise feat stats snapshot. 465 tackles. 104 TFL. 60 sacks. 7 FF. 13 FR. 2 TD. 5 INT. 2 TD. 11 seasons purple, heart and soul. Post-career. 45. Reflecting. Vikings news honors. Huge accomplishment. Delayed justice. With Brosmer rising, past fuels future. Skull Nation. Rate KW's Hall odds. Lock or long shot. Wrapping the what-ifs. If Brosmer shines, 2025 disaster flips narrative. Yardbarker calls it crisis, but rookie reps heal. Preseason 15 of 23. 161 yards. TD versus finale impressive. Against Bengals under center command. Titans TD with Nesbitt. Chemistry. Chargers relief. Yards no panic. PFF. No write-off under pressure. Greedy sacks? Coachable. 2024 college. Yards leader FCS prior. Transfer magic. O'Connell. Smartest young gun. Galco high-level runner. Vikings.com bio. 1. 027 of 1. 627 career college. 11,544 yards. 88 TD. Guitar. Chess balanced. Mom nurse. Grand nurse. Inspiration. Nil bonding. Teammate glue. Sunday debut. Dream versus Darnold. Win it. Key City. Your bold prediction? Final hype. Brothers in arms. Brosmer snap. Williams SWAT. Vikings DNA. News confirms. Brosmer first team. McCarthy monitor. Hall. KW closer. Overdue. Season woes. Packers muffed punt. Special teams shadows but hope glimmers. Jefferson frustration. 4th playoff miss likely. But youth bets pay. Territory. Tide turning QB room. ESPN. Position start if clear. Monitor. Poised debut. All signs, momentum. Skull echoes past to present. Whoa, Skull Nation. Can you feel the purple pulse racing after that deep dive into Vikings news gold? From Max Brosmer's cannon arm ready to light up Seattle to big-ticket Kevin Williams inching toward his well-deserved Canton throne. Our franchise's fire never fades. What's got you most fired up? The rookie's big break or KW's legacy push? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like if you're all in on Max starting. Subscribe for every Vikings update to keep the hype alive. And share this with your fellow Purple Warriors. Let's pack US Bank next home game Skull Vikings.